Well, hello again. You know, it's getting to be that time of year again. The weather's getting cooler. And guess what's around the corner? Halloween. So I had some thoughts about Halloween that I kind of wanted to post so you could start thinking about them now. With Halloween, it's so different and individualized with each family on their belief structure with Halloween, whether they want to participate or not. And also, just many of our kids have even a hard time with Halloween. So you've got a couple of options to think about. The first thing is if you don't participate at all, that's absolutely fine. A lot of our families opt not to, especially with our little guys, because it's so overwhelming. You've got creepy spiders and monsters in people's yards, and it's dark. So what I would suggest is with that, just make sure you shut all your lights off, you bring your pumpkins in, and you leave a chair note out in front that says Happy Halloween to everyone. We will not be participating, but have a great evening or something like that. And make sure you go to the back of the house, okay? Or watch in the TV room. So that's one option with our real little guys. The second thing to think about if you do decide to participate, there's so many different ways to participating in Halloween. Many of our families will do things with their church. Sometimes they don't call it Halloween, they call it Light Night, or they call it Family Carnival, or whatever they call it. There's a lot of alternative options to Halloween that aren't even Halloween night. So you could think about, I know many of the malls and shopping centers tend to do things. So look in your community paper or on your community website, and they should list a lot of these things. Even talk to other parents in your area, they'll know, or sometimes the schools and preschools will know. And I'm sure we'll have some family-friendly options that we can discuss with you here. So feel free to ask us if you want an alternative. If you do opt to go out Halloween night, that's absolutely wonderful. But we want to do our preparation. Some of the preparation steps you want to think about is you might want to walk your neighborhood once it's all decorated for Halloween at dusk a couple of days before. Make sure they wear the costume on that dry run so you can figure out whether they're going to be itchy or scratchy or screaming or agitated because the costume's so uncomfortable, or maybe they won't like the mask. So make sure you do that. Walk the neighborhood, talk about some of the things we see that's not scary, that this is just a fun thing we're doing, so that there are less surprises. Unfortunately, on Halloween, there's always going to be a surprise. And I always found there's always a little magic if you let them carry a flashlight. That's always a key. Go out earlier rather than later. Later and darker is scarier and less predictable. And some of our older kids gets out then, and sometimes we have smashing pumpkins and all kinds of wild things that go on later in the evening. You might even talk to other family members. They might have a neighborhood that's a little more conducive to walking. So some people go over to another neighborhood. Limit the amount of time. Less is more. You only have to go out for, an hour and you're done. Take both parents, make it a celebration, go with other family members, go with other friends. So those are some other options you can think about. I would also, if for our sensory kids, make sure your child is involved in the costume pick-out process. Don't select the costume for them. Let them select what they want, and like I said, get it early. 1-800 Halloween Costumes is already offering free shipping now. So order it now, and then send it back if it doesn't work. We don't want to wreck that night just because the costume was uncomfortable and they wanted to be one character and you chose another character, because that can cause meltdowns also. So make sure they have their little bag to get their candy. If we have kids with specific diet restrictions, let them participate in the activity and let them donate the candy to their school or to a friend, or sometimes they even bring it here. It's still a fun activity for them to do. Just make sure that you have some of candy included in there that they can choose. So happy Halloween to you all, and I hope it's a blessed evening.